what really happened to Alison Victoria in Windy City Rehab? For years, she was HGTV's design darling, the fearless renovator, transforming crumbling Chicago brownstones into million-dollar dream homes. Viewers were hooked on her signature mix of grit and glamour, her unstoppable drive, and that magnetic smile that made you believe no obstacle was too big. But then, almost as suddenly as she rose to fame, she vanished from Windy City Rehab. Fans were left asking, where did Alison go? And why did she walk away from the city she once called her creative heartbeat? We frequently post videos on topics like this, so don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel to stay informed and never miss an update. Alison's story begins in the very neighborhood she would later rebuild. Growing up in Chicago, she spent childhood weekends driving around with her father, marveling at the city's architectural gems, the graystones, brownstones, and carriage houses that seemed to whisper stories from another era. That fascination became a passion, and after studying interior design at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, Alison launched her career in her early 20s, blazing trails as one of the youngest designers at Christopher Homes. By her mid-20s, she had launched her own design firm and even landed on television with Kitchen Crashers, dazzling viewers with her bold, high-end makeovers. But it was Windy City Rehab, which premiered on HGTV in 2019, that made her a household name. The show followed Alison as she poured her heart, soul, and personal finances into restoring historic homes across Chicago. She wasn't just flipping houses, she was breathing new life into forgotten neighborhoods, taking viewers on an emotional roller coaster through every nail-biting delay and jaw-dropping reveal. Fans loved her eye for detail, her relentless energy, and her willingness to get her hands dirty on site. For a while, it seemed like Alison Victoria was unstoppable. Away from the spotlight, Alison cultivated a deeply personal life rooted in creativity and close-knit relationships. Though she tends to keep her romantic life private, she's spoken about cherishing her family and the grounding influence they bring to her whirlwind career. Chicago wasn't just her workplace. It was her home, her muse, and the foundation of everything she had built. She bought her dream house there, a stunning space that reflected her polished yet soulful aesthetic. To fans, Alison embodied the best of both worlds, a fearless entrepreneur and a warm, relatable friend you'd want to share coffee with. Then came the storm. Behind the scenes, the success of Windy City Rehab was crumbling under the weight of lawsuits, city permit battles, and fractured partnerships. In 2020, her business partner Donovan Eckhart exited the show amid allegations that he mishandled company finances. The city suspended his licenses over building code violations, and Alison suddenly found herself at the center of multiple lawsuits from homeowners claiming shoddy construction. The legal battles were exhausting and expensive, and the constant scrutiny began to take its toll. She described feeling like she was in a toxic relationship, deeply in love with Chicago, yet beaten down by the relentless conflict. The joy that once fueled her creativity was fading fast. Eventually, Alison made a gut-wrenching decision. She walked away. In a move that stunned fans, she packed up and left her fully furnished dream home behind, listing it for $2.9 million. She admitted that Chicago's long winters felt darker and heavier as the legal drama dragged on, and she craved sunshine, peace, and freedom. Alison returned to Las Vegas, the city where her career began, and built a Spanish-style sanctuary that she calls her daily vacation. There, away from the chaos, she rediscovered the spark that had driven her from the start. Today, Alison is starting a bold new chapter with her latest HGTV series, Sin City Rehab, which premiered on September the 17th, 2025. The show follows her as she transforms Las Vegas properties one house at a time, determined to prove the desert city can have just as much soul and character as Chicago. It's a fresh start, but also a homecoming, as she's quick to point out that some of her most formative years were spent in Vegas. And this time, she's doing it on her own terms. No lawsuits, no toxic partnerships, just pure passion. After all the turmoil, Alison Victoria is finally back where she belongs, building beauty from the ground up and reclaiming the joy that first made viewers fall in love with her.